It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on HabsCast.
You think it's a great day? Whenever we beat the Leafs? Is that a great day, Blain? Is that a great day, Rick?
It's usually a good day. Usually.
It's in my top 10 good days, yes.
Well, that deserves a beer. I think I'll have a beer tonight after all.
Yeah.
Post-game Sally. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that always tastes sweet after beating the Leafs. First period looked like it was going to be a runaway, but you know what? You come back from a Western Road swing like that, right? California, first game back, they had jump in the first, but you could tell that their legs sort of, the lactic acid built up or whatever, and hey, this is this league is nothing but parity. You can't expect them on the first game back from coming back from Western Road swing to play, outshoot them 56 or 54-15. By the way, the first period, that was the most shots on goal that the Canadians have gotten in the first period this year, 18, and it was the fewest that the Leafs had got in the entire season, 5. Couldn't keep it up, obviously, but Dobie flashing that glove in the second period there. I mean, I knew, I've noticed that he has a decent glove before, but tonight it really came to the fore there, right? His glove right now is working a little better than Monty's. It's fair to say.
There's no holes in. There's less holes in his.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's as long as the shots are not coming from the blue line, I guess Monty does okay. But it's just the shots of the blue line are like 70-30. He's not going to save it, unfortunately, right now.
Yeah.
But Dobie was fantastic. He's really good when he's not like out of control aggressive. I mean, I don't think he was out of control today too much. He was really aggressive, but stayed within decent limits. And as you said, Grant, that glove hand was just incredible. And the Toronto Blue Jays must be calling the Habs, wondering who is this guy for we can play second base for us.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Hey, 20. How many shots did they end up with? 18. Okay.
Yeah.
Not an inordinate amount, but still a .944 save percentage for Monty. Okay, you'll never hear that sentence uttered this year. A .944 save percentage for Monty tonight. Sorry for the Dobster. Does he get the nod tomorrow night in this pivotal match against Ottawa?
It's probably going to go to Monty.
The problem, in my point of view, Grant, the problem, the way I see it is that, they're going to have back-to-back games today, and I think later on this week, they're going to have another back-to-back.
Fowler.
Monty has to go. Sorry?
Call up Fowler.
Oh, okay. If that's an option, yes.
He's a 15-minute ride away.
Yeah, that's fine. No. I mean, if I'm just saying, if you're going to keep this lineup, I would prefer that Monty doesn't start at home. But if you want to go with Fowler, absolutely go with Fowler. Then let's do it. Let's do it tomorrow. No problem. 100%. I hope they do. But I'm just saying, if that's not an option for the team for whatever reason, I would prefer that Monty start on the road than at home, because he doesn't need that extra pressure. He already looks defeated as it is. I mean, having him start at home right now would be just a fiasco before the game even starts.
This is the most important game of the year, folks. Ottawa. They gotta. Mm-hmm. They have to win that just to like if they lose to Ottawa tomorrow, that just tightens things up again for the last teams that are trying to knock out Montreal out.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk in a minute, Blain, but I just I start Dobie tomorrow night and then call up Fowler. I don't call up Fowler to play tomorrow night at this point. But I call up Fowler tonight, and I play Dovey tomorrow night, and then Fowler in the next game. What would you do, Blain? And I know you're going to say play Monty, right? Oh, you already did.
Would not do that.
Oh, okay.
I'm just guessing on what they will do. But if it were me, I would call up Fowler and let him play.
Okay.
But
All right.
I expect them to go with Monty, and I don't know how long that leash is going to be. If he starts that game tomorrow and he gives up a goal on the first shot again, do you just pull him right there? Do you give him another couple of minutes? Do you risk it? Because like you said, it's a very important game because right now they're 7 points up on Ottawa. A loss to them would put them only 5, and that's within reach.
Absolutely.
Not to mention, it could cause them to trip up and slip down into the second wild card. They don't want that.
No. Mr. Paul saying that Mark Denis was insistent. RDS this morning was adamant, that Monty should start tomorrow. I don't know if I'd be adamant about it. I'd maybe sheepishly say, well, I guess they should, but
because of back-to-back.
Adamant. I mean, I like Mark Denis a lot. Don't get me wrong, and he is a former goalie, and he would know goaltenders better than me. But why is he adamant that Monty should start tomorrow?
Well, again, I guess probably it's the way I see it, where it's like, yes, obviously, I would prefer if they call Fowler, right? If you're looking out of the box this way, but I'm just looking at it as, let's say the lineup doesn't change, they don't call up Fowler. What do you do for tomorrow?
But they can call up Fowler.
Thinking,
so why don't they call up Fowler?
Well, hey, look, I'm on board for that. If they call a Fowler, I'd be very happy. I'm just I'm thinking about it as, let's say they don't call a Fowler, then what do you do? I wish they would. I'd be very happy with that. It wouldn't bother me at all, believe me.
Yeah, no, but
Why
what's
not?
stopping them from doing it? Like nothing. They can send him back down. Like I don't get it. Why didn't they call him up? Why didn't they call him up Sunday when they had the opportunity? Sorry, Rick, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. You're allowed 4 call-ups that are not emergency. That I understand, right? That's the rule.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're trying to save them in case of. I don't know. But yeah, I maybe it is a better idea to start Fowler, but I hope they do it. And I'd be very happy if they do it tomorrow. I have no problem with that. I mean, like you said, it's right there, and it's not a long trip. It's just Ottawa.
Why would they save their call-ups? Like, to me, that makes no sense. They really do need to make something happen here. If you're having one area of concern on this team above all others, it's goaltending. Yeah. So that would be where I would do the call-up.
Yeah. Well, they've got 3 back-to-back games, right?
Yeah.
If they don't call up Fowler tomorrow and they play Monty, they're not calling them up for any of these back. They're going to frickin' Monty through the 3 back-to-backs. What if they lose 5 out of 5 in a row here? Then what? Then they just blew the effing season for Sam Montembeault. Like they got to stop doing this. I don't understand it. Why is Sam Montembeault's pride more important than making the playoffs? I don't get it. I don't. Because he does not have his confidence right now. And they're the most important game of the year next year. They better not play Montembeault. I'm sorry. The club has no confidence in front of them. Like, they'll be deflated. Brady Tkachuk will come up the wing. He'll friggin' shoot and he'll score in the first shot and they'll be down and they'll friggin' just roll. Like, I can just picture it now with Montembeault's and nets. They got to try to stop the friggin' the Senators are what, 9-1-2 or something in their last, like they're like the hottest team in the friggin' league right now. So you put Montembeault in the most important game of the year against the hottest team going. You put him in nets? I don't know. I wish I could have Mark Denis on. We'd have a good old conversation right now. Anyway.
Be nice to know why he thinks that way, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was you guys were probably watching RDS, but I was My French is minimal, and so I watch the games in English usually. And oh man, start the third period, eh? Caufield hadn't played for most of the second period. He wasn't on the first line, and the first thing out of Craig Simpson's mouth is, the Habs start a line with Suzuki and Slafkovsky and not Caufield again, and the first thing out of Craig Simpson's mouth is, the Leafs have a new line together to start the third period. Yeah. What about frickin' Caufield not playing for the last friggin' period yet, turkey? And then finally, halfway through the period, I don't think Caufield's playing. He's sitting on the bench. He must, the coach must not be happy with him. He's sending him a message. Okay, yeah, okay, Craig. Yeah.
Wow.
And as I said, and I noticed that you liked it, Blain, was, covering the Leafs for so many years. It never clued into him that a guy could be fighting an injury and be a team guy and sit on the bench anyways and be a cheerleader, right? That didn't occur to him. It must be the coach sending a message to his 37-goal scorer,
Yeah.
Anyway.
And he did play. He played on the power play. Whatever's ailing him is bothering him enough where he should sit for a game or so, but not enough where he can't play at all. So if this were the playoffs, he'd be playing the whole time, but it's not. So I don't know if it's a flu thing or he tweaks something in his knee or whatever it is.
Wincing, I think. So yeah. It's something there, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe a lower body, something, pull the hammy a little or something like that. But you notice how I think that was the happiest Cappy's been on a goal all year. And then it was soon revealed why. $250,000 bonus.
Somebody's buying a steak dinner this week.
That's a quarter of his salary in one shot. So, or more than a quarter of his salary. So, yeah, I'd have been happy.
It's like 4 times my salary.
4 times your salary. I don't even want to go there.
How
about 10? How about 10 times? Anyway, don't remind me of that. Yeah. So, that was, Cappy's hands at times, it's still a work in progress with his stick handling, but that was a nice. Now and then you just see really nice hands from him, and that was a pretty nice move and good way to get this game started.
His defensive game was really good tonight as well.
Yeah, he was good. He was on. He had 3 or 4 really good scoring chances in the first half of the game, and Demi and Cappy both picked up their games. I also noticed a little more chemistry between Kapanen and Newhook tonight there, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, Newhook creates. I think it was Newhook. I think people have to understand that he'll never be a great scorer because he doesn't have a great shot, and he misses so often, and his hands are a little bit suspect sometimes when he's picking up top speed. But what he does give you is he forces the opponent to back off. He gives you room, he gives you space, and when he's moving his feet, like today, he was moving his feet and getting to the puck. That gave a little bit. You give Demidov half a second extra to make a play, and he'll burn you every time, right? You give Kapanen a chance to get open. That's where he's at his best, when he sneaks into an opening and takes a quick shot on net because he reads the play really well. His intelligence, his hockey IQ is just excellent. That's where he becomes. And we forget, that line was great at the start of the year. Boy, were they really ripping it at the start of the first before Newhook got injured. That was a fantastic line for Montreal. So you hope that with a few more games, Newhook gets a little bit more of his timing up to date, and they kind of get used to working together again because it's a very different line with Newhook instead of with Slafkovsky. And good things could happen with that line. So the chemistry was better. I thought they had the puck a little bit longer in the zone. Just got to get that timing, that little half a second better going, and I think there's some good things coming up Kapanen getting that goal was big because I think it's going to start getting him back into that mode a little bit. And hopefully Demi scores a goal too next game, or a few goals, and really gets that line going.
Yeah. Cappy is only the second Habs rookie in the past 20 years to score 20 goals, by the way.
Yeah.
Caufield being the other one. The last rookie before Caufield and Cappy to score 20 for the Habs, Chris Higgins. 2005, 06. So, good for Cappy. That line was using their speed. Cappy was flying tonight, but all three of them were flying, and they were using their speed and forechecking to get turnovers and cause havoc and create chances. Really liked their game tonight. That, I have so much more confidence with the another team with the empty net with Dovey in nets than Monty. Like, if that had been Monty in net tonight, I thought, oh God, they're tying it. But Dovey, he freaking battles and comes out of his net and challenges and is aggressive. And Monty kind of cowers in his net in that instance. Matheson, what can you say about that? The block and then to go out and to knock the puck out, that was pure heart. And Evans, about 90 to 100 seconds into a shift, because they iced the puck after being on for a minute, and then they had to stay on. He still had like good effort for him to outskate the guy, despite a minute and a half shift there, to get that empty netter. He quietly has put together a 5-game point streak now, 6 points in his last 5. So good for him.
And that was Cowan, so that's no slouch on the speed department either.
No. That good heart from both Evans and Matheson. That's the type of stuff that you say, you know what? This team gets to the playoffs. They show heart like that. Will to win. Dobish keeps, what's he now? 21, 6 and 5. I mean, if he can, win more than he loses at playoff time, that gets you into several rounds in the playoffs usually. So, some positive signs tonight from the club as far as showing that will to win and heart that you need when it's most when you need it the most, like when it's really important, right, Rick?
Just to get back to Evans and Matheson, Grant and Blain, a few moments before he did that great play, Matheson, he really blocked a big heavy shot that really took a lot out of him, right? And he stuck it out, and that wasn't that long before. So he was still wincing when he was on the ice, and he still battled through it. So double kudos for him. And as for Evans, man, they found the line, I think, a little bit with Bolduc and Dak. That's not a bad line on the forecheck. They create havoc. They put pressure. They're not hemmed in too long in their zone. Generally, they get it in deep and they battle. They cycle the puck well. I like that line. That line is really showing me something interesting.
Evans may have played his best game of the year tonight. I thought he had a lot of good chances, set up a couple nice plays. And he got rewarded with that goal at the end. I really liked Evans's game, especially tonight.
I think it's the simplicity of the game that he played. He just played his role. He didn't do anything special. He didn't try to do anything fancy. And his line mates as well. It was a north-south, direct, straight lines, basic chip and chase style hockey, which I think is ideal for a third line. You've got to. They can still play with speed. They still have some skill, but just going in straight lines, getting that puck deep and starting the cycle, it just grinds down the other team. That's exactly what you want to see. And I think that line had a hell of a night. Hell, even the fourth line looked pretty good.
Oh, they scored a goal.
Yeah,
and Evans beat up McCagg. Well,
Gallagher did.
Gallagher.
Gallagher beat up McCabe.
Yeah.
He, well, I don't think he beat him up necessarily, but he ended up on top and gave him a couple shots when he was down.
He gave up on age and height and size and reach.
Yeah, I know.
He still did well.
I thought, Galley's going to get fed here. And no, it wasn't like when Chara ragdolled Brian McCabe, but it was, it was a good, runner-up. Gooley back with Hudson on his left side. I prefer Gooley on his left side, and Hudson can play anywhere. If you're going to have one of those guys playing on his right, it may as well be the ordinary superstar, right?
Yeah, may as well. One more thing on Evans, what I really, really enjoyed, and I think the Canadians' showmanship was on display. When he was doing his first star lap, they kind of trolled the Leafs, and they used their goal song as his winning song.
I didn't know that. I did not know
first
that.
Star, Evans?
Yeah, Evans got first star.
Oh, see, okay. See, I didn't even see that. Okay. Well, we're all on the same page.
Goal when he was doing his lap.
God.
Yeah. So, Mark saying Caufield in the doghouse are injured. Is this Craig Simpson's burner account or what? Just kidding, Mark. You're, Mark.
Doghouse.
Mark contributes a lot of money, so I guess I should be careful. Or,
like the hand that feeds you.
That's right. But let's have a quick look at the stats. Caufield won't have too many minutes.
I think 10 or 11.
He was at 8:05 for quite a while there. I was noticing
10:27 for him.
10:27. Okay. Matheson 23:49, big minutes. Lehner, Gooley. Gooley's been playing like he's been getting the most ice time or second most among defensemen lately. Clearly, he's a big part of this this team going forward, and they have a lot of faith in him. Demi ended up getting a fair amount of ice time because they double shifted him a few times there, really.
Yeah.
Or a shift and a half with Caufield out. It was kind of fun to see Suzuki between Demidov and Cappy. Maybe a sign of things to come down in the future. Who knows? Never know. Maybe that trio will be aligned someday. Evans. Yeah. Goal +1, 15 minutes, 2 minutes shorthanded, 4 shots on net, 77% in the faceoff dot. Like I say, I think that was. I've been hard on Jake lately. I even put together a little thing about his goals against, and I decided not to put it up today. I'm kind of glad I didn't. Now, the timing wouldn't have been very good. Deneau, 8 wins. 4 losses, 67%. Nick, 6-13, so only 32%. So a new hook. I don't know why. Like Cappy's got a better face-off percentage than Newhook has had for his whole career, and they keep putting Newhook in for more draws than him on that line. And I don't get it. Kapanen's better on faceoffs than Newhook. I'm not sure why they're giving him more faceoffs than Kapanen. And he won 2 out of 8, 25%. That's not great. Oh, Austin Matthews. 12 games now without scoring a goal.
Unreal.
25 games without a power play goal.
Jeez.
Well, he's quit on the season. He played a great Olympics, And you see it's night and day difference. When he was at the Olympics, he was prime Matthews. He comes back to this team, and you may as well play Where's Waldo with him. Like, you can't find him. The only reason I knew he was on the ice at any given point was the fans were booing him.
Yeah, I know.
That was how I knew.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
if you'd watched Craig Simpson, you'd have known, because
I'm good.
If you'd have watched Sportsnet, you'd known he was on the ice. Matthews.
Now,
they talk more about Bo Drew. Go ahead.
He did. Marco D'Amico, my colleague over at rg.org, says that St. Louis has confirmed that Caufield was not feeling well, so he's sick, not injured, and he will travel with the team.
So, good. Go ahead there, Rick. I'm looking something up here.
Oh, not much out of Eric Engels also mentioned that there's a flu bug going around the team. I thought it was his back because of the way he was wincing, but it might be like a stomach or just not feeling well. So that's good news. As for Austin Matthews, I mean, you'd like to see more from him because, if you're a Toronto fan, because he is a star player and he should be leading the team. But at the same time, if I had to be, if I was playing for Toronto, my thought would be, we are done. We're no longer contenders. The window has closed. Forget about it. It's time to start all over. And it doesn't excuse his effort level, but part of me thinks, man, it must not be fun to be a Toronto Maple Leafs right now, because there's nothing coming up in the system. You got no draft picks left. You have nothing to offer anybody. You don't have much cap space. You got nothing. And you got nothing. And a lot of your players on your team right now, if not most of them, are not going to get better. They're probably going to get worse because they're aging out. And you know it. I don't see anything in Toronto right now that makes me think, well, maybe they're going to bounce back next year. I don't know how that would happen. And that doesn't, you should be a pro. You should be working harder. You should be trying to lead the team. I don't think it's his character. I don't think he never should have been made captain. Years ago, when Montreal had Pacioretty on the team, he didn't have I don't think he had the character to be and that's not lack of character. It's just you don't have the leaders are leaders. They are. And I don't think he has it in him. They did him a big disservice by putting him as a captain on that team. They should have kept it on Tavares. But yes, you do want to see more from Matthews because he owes it. He has a big contract. He's a big player. And he should be trying harder than he is. But I understand, too, that there's really no hope for Toronto. That team needs to be scrapped and start all over again.
I'm not giving him any excuses. You're being paid that kind of money. You show up. You do everything you can, especially when you got a C on your jersey. The only thing I can see working for the Leafs now is they blow it up in the summer. Yeah. They have to. And it would break my heart to watch it happen, too. Oh, just break my heart.
But Blain,
I feel bad for Sportsnet.
But you know why it might not happen right away, Blain? Because they don't even have a first-round pick next year. So they want to finish too low in the standing. I watch somebody else get that pick. So
that's why they'd have to do it this summer.
One more year and then scrap it.
Or just blow it up this year. Get the first-round pick in the trades, because they don't have their pick this year, unless they really suck, which it's looking pretty good. They might keep their pick. If that's the case, then hold out for another year so Boston doesn't get that one.
Yeah.
Stop doing Boston favors. Jesus. You're muted.
Was that the Carlo trade?
Every trade. The Rask trade, the Carlo trade,
but the Carlo trade cost them their first round pick at Minton.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Carlo trade.
Oh my goodness, And Fraser Minton gone too.
Yeah.
And like their top prospect, The other center that's gonna score 20 goals that kills penalties, the unicorn, just like Cappy there. He's 2 away from Jacques Lemaire now for the most goals ever by a Montreal Canadiens rookie center. That's just
I hear that's pretty good.
that's incredible. Even I probably didn't think the Cappy was going to hit 20 goals with 19 games left in the year, but hey, he's on pace for about 27 now. So Donnie McCaskill, might be an early night for me. Thanks, gents. Close the border. Brady tomorrow. Yeah, close the border, Brady.
Close it right on his fucking head.
Okay, man. So you're not even going to see, folks? This guy's not even going to watch the whole show and he gives me $10. Does that make you feel guilty or what? Just kidding. Just hit that like button, folks. That's all I ask. And maybe subscribe if you haven't already. But I mean, if you send me money, I won't bitch either. All three is preferred. Any one of the three is appreciated. Okay. Back to the stats for a minute here. I didn't. Bolduc wasn't. I don't know. Did you notice much from Bolduc tonight? I thought he'd been good the last couple of games, but Doc had a good first period. Yeah, not bad. I liked Doc's work tonight early on. Evans for me drove that line tonight, though. I have to give him credit. He'd been disappointing me this year, but tonight was his night. Absolutely. And fully deserved to getting that first star. All right, let's have another quick look here. Hits wise, Doc had 3, Arbor had 3, Evans with 3 hits. Oh my goodness, he can go a month without 3 hits. So this was just I don't know. He took his pep pills tonight, folks. Carrier, didn't mind Carrier tonight. He had a couple shots on net. Played fairly solidly. Uri with 3 giveaways tonight. Can't say I any of them were really flagrant. Wasn't like that in his own zone giveaway thing that you usually see. Evans and Slav led the way with 4 shots. Cappy had 3. Dobson 3. I think Cappy had more than 3, but anyway, sometimes the shots are a little the shots on goal counts can be a little funny. Arbor, his usual 10 minutes. Again, I liked his physicality. He made some he stopped a few plays in behind the net and stuff with his physicality and played a fairly mistake-free game tonight.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, defense, he played rather well. Carrier played well, as you said, but everybody played well. I just thought Dobson didn't have it tonight too much. He really made a few bonehead plays. One that led to a goal, but even right after that, he lets Mo Gru just go right to the net with little
that's right.
back. I was like, not the best game from Dobson.
No.
And that you have to accept that that's what he is. He gets into a sleepy rut once in every few games. He's a little bit asleep, but hopefully he comes back strong tomorrow. Montreal pulled off a win. He owes Montreal a big game tomorrow when they're going to need him against a tough Ottawa team.
Yeah, any closing words there, Blain? I see that you've hit your 30-minute mark here.
Yeah, I'm going to be turning into a pumpkin here. Just happy to be back and welcome on the show. I know, I bring the show down a little bit with my my age.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say your Monty love, but yeah, no.
Oh yeah, totally. But no, I appreciate you bringing me on, and I want to just thank everyone. It was great seeing you, Rick. Great.
Thank you. It's always great seeing you.
Okay. You're not heading to the Strait of Hormuz or anything like that this next week or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
Okay, good.
But that's subject to change at any moment. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, it seems like, well, whatever's happened, like the guy down below us there changes his mind a lot, and thus Carney has to change his mind a lot. Yeah, well, so who knows?
Just
Who
me.
knows what's going to happen with that stuff? But I hope you don't. I hope they don't end up having to send you out to.
If they're sending me, we're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Blaine.
I'll
As
see you guys on the
always,
next one.
always a pleasure. Yeah, you're welcome to join us tomorrow night if you're free after the Ottawa game. Let me know.
All right, I will. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah. Okay. And you seem to be. You get over your cold, okay?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I kind of gave it to my daughter. Sorry, Olivia, but yeah, we got, and hopefully she gets better because her and mom are headed to down south on Sunday. So we're crossing our fingers that they'll be okay by then.
Okay. Good. Oh, heading south. Okay, so we'll be able to get you on post games for sure then.
Unless I'm partying it up, I don't know. Maybe we'll have a crazy house going for a few days, but no, I'll probably be a little bit available then.
Yeah, good stuff. How much longer you got here?
I'll do another 5 to 10 minutes. Got to wake up early tomorrow because I will be walking to work with the weather being what it is there. I will not be using. Actually, I don't even have a car right now. I have to bring it in for repairs for a few $1,000, but I'll get it back only on Thursday. So we're gonna be walking to work tomorrow.
Your car again. It's almost time to trade her in there, buddy.
Yeah, it's coming up soon, I think.
Yeah. So the second power play, I was thinking about it and looking at the ineffectiveness of it again. And Doc Newhook and Gallagher combined have 22 goals. Cappy has 20 himself, and those three are on the power play, and Kapanen's not. I know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it is a bit of a head scratcher there, because I think Kapanen could score some goals on the power play. I mean, he has 18 even strength goals, so you would think with one less player on the ice at some point that if you got him decent line mates on that second unit, and since Newhook and Doc came back, they haven't really tried him. And that, before that, he had to play with Texier and Gallagher, and no wonder he wasn't scoring power play goals when he was in there. But now that they've got Newhook and Doc back, I thought, okay, Cappy can start to get some good chances and get fed, maybe score a couple of goals here, and instead they do the opposite, and then they take him off when he's finally got guys that could maybe help him, because Newhook, Doc, Bolduc, and Kapanen with Dobson, I'd like to see that quintet, and they haven't really done it yet.
Yeah.
I think that could be a decent second power play, and for some reason, no, take them off, and Doc and Newhook taking faceoffs. Both career average of about 40% faceoffs for the career. It's just I don't get it, but hopefully they finally say, okay, Gally, we're going to take you off the power play here, because
well, the argument is that they say no, Gallagher goes to the net and he scores in tight, but the thing is that argument is kind of defeated, because for him to be able to do that, well, you got to have puck possession for a while, create movements, and then Gallagher could get to the front of the net and wait for a shot and try to bang it in. But the problem is, the line being what it is now, nobody makes much plays. Nobody's really a creative passer. Maybe Doc once in a while, but Newhook is not really a creative, hold on to the puck for a while, create openings and distribute the puck. There's no puck distributor really on that line that's consistently really good at it. So whatever Gallagher could bring to the power play, which is going to the front of the net, is kind of eliminated by who's on the ice with him. So what's the point? I would put Kapanen too, with Newhook and Doc, or even Bolduc and Doc, because at least Bolduc has shown in the past that he, at the bumper position, he could do some. Last year, he did pretty well with St. Louis. So maybe you could rediscover that, but just you got to get Gallagher off that off that line because it doesn't work. I think Kapanen, Dak, Bolduc, or Newhook with Dobson and maybe Matheson might be the best option on the second unit power play, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, Galley has 2 power play goals and 3 power play assists. So, I mean, that's not earth-shattering numbers, but I guess it's a few points. Mind you, when you're on the power play all year, you should get a few points, right? But
Right.
yeah. Doc fighting for a contract, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Emil's saying you cannot assume the Doc will get an extension. Oh, okay. That's the Chris Dingman. He compared him to Chris Dingman the other day, who had 11 career NHL points. Not a very good,
No.
not a ringing endorsement from Emil, and I know that's not his real name because there was no Emil that played with Dingman on the Brandon Wheat Kings. But anyway, whatever your name is, Shelbourne, a few playoffs will tell. I'm afraid people discount the playoff grind as well. The same reason teams don't normally rely on a 5/8 star. If he isn't a Canadian, we might think different also. Oh, okay. Maybe I should. I have to back it up. I'm not sure who he was talking about there. Okay, I'm gonna rewind and go from the start here. QWERTY, that's a good name. They should call Fowler and David from AHL before the playoffs start. Yes.
Yes, definitely.
And, yeah. And David being Reinbacher. Yeah. Easier to spell David, eh? East is too tight to allow Line A to play right now. Texier it is if Caufield cannot play. Okay. What do you think? I'd go Veleno before Texier.
Interesting option there too. Thing with Line is a person I haven't seen him practice, so I'd have to see him at practice. How is he moving? How comfortable? How quick he is? Because it's always the same thing with Line. If he's moving at the same pace he was before, I don't think you could use him because he's just not. He's not in the play enough, and on the transition, he's not back quick enough. He was just way too slow. So I'd have to see how he does at practice. Between Veleno and Texier, it's hard to tell because Veleno had like 1 goal in 40 games or 50 games or something. Like he didn't really. I think he had a really, really low numbers. Texier had a bit more, but I do like what Veleno brings in his two-way game, and he's really useful on the penalty kill, and he's a lot more physical. And I think when he played at wing 1 year, I think he played wing with Detroit, and he came close to scoring 15 goals on the wing, which kind of surprised me. It caught me off guard. So maybe Veleno at the wing might be a better option than Texier. Both of them are extra forwards, right? So you're getting what you're getting, a very imperfect player.
I'm certainly not saying that either should replace Caufield on the first line.
Right.
I'd move back up. I'd move, I don't know, Doc back up or put Demi on the top line for a while and give him some spins because they didn't look too bad when they played together, and then Doc with Newhook and Cappy as your second line.
Yeah,
that's probably what I do. Put Anderson up with Evans and Bolduc, and Veleno slide in with Gallagher and or Texier slide into the fourth line with Gallagher and that would be what I do if Caufield have to miss a game if they don't activate Line A.
No, I maybe it depends on what the strategy is going to be too. If you're looking to move in somebody in the top 3 lines, maybe they're going to go with Texier. And if you're thinking, I'm going to move up guys from the fourth line and put somebody on the fourth line, then maybe you're going with Veleno. Kind of depends on what your how you're going to play this. Maybe.
Well,
because Texie on the fourth line will be really difficult for him and everybody else. It just doesn't work on the fourth line.
the fact that they put Demi in that spot most of the time tells me that that's who would move up in there. And then you bring
agree.
up Doc to the second, move everybody up. Anderson can play on your third line, no problem.
Yeah.
And then, then you bring in either Veleno or Texier on your fourth. And but I'd have it might be tough asking Laine to say, okay, well, here you're going to play your first game in months and many months, and it's going to be on the top line. That
you're right.
That might be a bit of a too much of an ask as well, right? So
yeah, you're right. You're right about that for sure. It'd be very, very difficult. You might do well for one game because you know the way it is, right? The first game back, you're kind of pumped and you have that extra step, but then by the second or third game, it usually crashes pretty hard, pretty fast.
They burn a year of Fowler's rookie and Skell contract if he plays again. Not sure what rookie and Skell is, but I don't. That's the least of my worries at this point. Like, you don't worry about guys becoming UFAs 1 year earlier in Montreal. Like, how many guys don't want to stay if they're welcome and needed? I'm not worried about burning a year if that. I'm more worried about them making the playoffs than a young player burning a year of his rookie deal. So that wouldn't be any factor for me if that was the case.
It might bother me if you call him for one game and you burn that year contract for one game. But if you decide to call him up, keep him for a while and then worry about the burning of the year later on.
Yeah, for sure. Still got 24 games left, boys. Who's got 24 games left? Not the Habs. No need to rush Fowler and Reinbacher. It's not rushing them. They're ready.
Yeah.
It'd be rushing them if they weren't ready, but they're ready. Ottawa won last 3 games. Oh, Ottawa has hardly lost lately. They're hot as can be.
And I think Columbus won tonight, right?
Did they really?
I think they did. I might be wrong. I think they won tonight.
Well,
versus
I have to
Tampa,
look.
if I'm not mistaken.
I haven't looked at the.
Yeah, 5-2 win for the Blue Jackets tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5-2 over Atlanta.
All these people.
Sorry.
Win a game, and think that they're in high, like laughing. No, lose. They lose tomorrow night. It's tight again. It's really tight because Columbus won too. Trust me, you can't be lackadaisical at all. The standings are just way too tight. So Boston won. Detroit, Florida came back and won. Thank you, Florida. And Columbus beat Tampa, so that's okay too. That's fine, but you got to worry about the guys below you. They're not that far away. Buffalo won. Wow. So they're actually getting a little bit of space there. Buffalo, man. Did you see any of that? Did you see that 8-7 game? Any of it?
No, I didn't watch it. Unfortunately, I was not able to.
Oh my goodness! What a game! The crowd, Buffalo is just. It's great to see. I like Buffalo as a city. They're upstate New York. They're about as close to Canadian. One of the closest U.S. state cities that could be almost considered Canadian. You know what I mean? And I don't mind. They get 10 feet of snow every year, and blue collar town, and the Bills have never won. They've never had a major championship. I want Buffalo to make the playoffs, and if Montreal doesn't win the East, I would have no issue with Buffalo being the East representative this year. It'd be kind of cool, actually.
Same here. I agree.
Okay. Minnesota beating Utah 4-0. Islanders over the Blues, so
Sorry.
things just stay tight, right?
Right.
Like all those
Fade
teams
in.
that are just the teams that were above Montreal, okay.
Yeah.
They lose, but then the teams that are below them, well, except for Buffalo, they won. But so now, looking at the standings, only 2 back of Tampa now. Tampa's been on a bit of a skid here, haven't they?
Yeah. That's not a young team, eh, Grant? That's not a young team. They also don't have a lot of depth when something goes wrong. I mean, yeah, they draft, well, all things considering, and they make really smart trades, but it can only take you so far. Right? You haven't drafted in the first 2 rounds in a long, long time. Your core is in their mid-30s, a lot of them. Edmund and Kucherov, and it could come off the rails pretty quickly, also for Tampa.
So Montreal has 80 points, but then Pittsburgh, Detroit, Islanders 1 point back with 79, and Boston was 78. So you know what? Like people saying, "Oh, don't rush Reinbacher and Fowler." You lose to, Monty goes in and loses 3 games in the back-to-backs coming up here. You know what? Montreal's in 8th place and probably a point ahead of Columbus and Ottawa, if they're lucky. So, no, I'm sorry. I don't care about a burnt contract. I don't care, I disagree that they'd be rushed because they wouldn't be rushed. They're ready.
No.
Call them up. Laval plays tomorrow night. Call them up. Let them play in Laval's game. Let them play, and then call them up. I'd be fine with that. But if they're not doing it tonight or tomorrow, Columbus has 76, and they're 4 back of Montreal.
Wow.
And so, if Ottawa beats Montreal tomorrow night, Columbus 4 back with 18 to play. Hot team.
Yep.
Like how many games has Columbus lost in the last?
Oh, they're not
15,
losing.
About 1.
They're not losing.
No, they lose in overtime. And that's it.
Yeah, it's true.
One loss. Let me just see here. 1 regulation loss in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1 regulation loss in their last 15. So they 1, 2, 3. Okay. So they're 11, 1, and 3 in their last 15. Not wild?
That is just crazy, and they're motivated. They are motivated. They've had a few tough years, for in terms of performance and then in terms of other stuff that we're only aware of. So, Columbus wants this. They want this really, really bad. Very quickly too, though, Grant. Maybe they're going to wait off a little bit on Fowler because I think in the last 2 weeks he's missed a lot of games due to a virus that he caught. So I think he's only played 1 game in the last 2 weeks. So maybe they wait on Fowler for 2-3 games in Laval before calling him up to Montreal, hopefully, and then he comes back. But maybe not too many games, just two games just to get him back into it and then call him back up, I hope.
He could have double pneumonia and he'd still be better than Monty right now, and that's okay, Rick. Well, listen. Speaking of pneumonia, I'm gonna let you go. Give my best to Olivia there. I hope she doesn't have it as bad as you did. And
thank you.
I appreciate you coming on, and you're certainly more than welcome to join me again tomorrow night if you're free.
Yeah, if I'm free, I'll make it, and if I have power, I'll make it. So for anybody in the Quebec,
I guess.
in Ottawa. Guys, be safe tomorrow and take good care of yourselves.
Yeah.
And Grant, as always, thanks very much. And hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow night.
Okay, yeah. Stay away from the freezing rain. Okay, thanks,
Thanks.
Rick. Have
Bye,
a good
Grant.
night. Bye. Rick Springhetti, folks, the one and only Chief Amateur Scout of HabsCast. Folks, you are looking at Next Level Hockey, specialist in hockey development, trusted by NHL prospects. Whether you're looking to elevate shooting, skating, stick handling, or overall game, NLH is here to take your game to the next level. Visit them at nextlevelhockey.com. You see at the bottom there. And follow their Instagram for daily tips, posts, and updates. If you or someone you know have aspiring young hockey players who want to elevate their game, trust Next Level Hockey to guide them forward. Next Level Hockey. It's in the name. And I am going to click on that, and it's going to disappear. All right. So, absolutely wonderful to beat the Leafs. I just, yeah, the Leafs are down and out, but to kind of officially knock them out of the playoffs, really, it's pretty cool. Do I think the Habs will do worse than 5-13-1 for the rest of the year? Who are you asking that for? No, why? New CBA changed non-emergency call-ups from 4 to 5 now. So we have 5. There you go. Plus, if we can use emergency call-ups if someone's hurt. We have lots of spare forwards and extra D anyway, so not an issue. All right. Doc goes to first line. Yeah. Put Demi up on the first line. Doc on the second. Who's with me on that? Rumors say Nyes was... I don't care about these rumors, honestly. Where they're coming from and everyone. People trying to get their name. If it was coming from Pierre LeBrun or something, okay, but I'm sorry. People try to... There's a 1,000 wannabe insiders out there, and I take it with a grain of salt. I could start rumors too, The Habs were actually, they were this close to getting Matthews. That was the big deal, Hey, prove me wrong. Guys, Martin St. Louis confirmed Caufield's okay, he's sick. Okay. Flu going around. I could score 20 with Demidov and Slav. Yeah, okay, Morgan. You do that, buddy. These fucking guys with the come on and Cappy can't do anything. He gets handed everything. That freaking goal was all of his. He got it fed up the side of the net. What? Oh, Demidov passed it to Newhook. Yeah, Cappy couldn't have scored unless Demidov just shoveled the puck over to Newhook, who gave it down to Cappy, who made the beautiful move in front of the net and scored. Somebody said on there, Kapanen, I could score 20 goals. This was on Twitter. I could score 20 empty net goals playing with Demidov too. Demidov has 5 primary assists on Kapanen's 20 goals. 25%. 25% of his goals. He has a primary assist. And only 1 was with the net empty. The other 4, Cappy still had to beat the goalie. So stop it. Give the guy some frickin' credit. He's the one that goes out like off that line that's on the penalty kill too. And he's the one that's out with a minute left protecting leads. He's the one that freaking lets Demidov and Slav, when he was on the line, let them do their offensive thing. They didn't have to worry so much about defense because of Kapanen being so good defensively. Aaron Thomas Media, keep up the great work, Grant. Great show as always. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. Cappy is great. Yeah, well, he was good today. I mean, when he wasn't playing great, okay, but he's playing fine. You'll learn, Morgan, that the Cappy slights don't go over too well with me. He should cough on Monty. Uh-oh. Post of the night right there, Kurt. Kurt, the MF. Mother Fisher? Kurt, post of the night. Yes, Caufield should have been. They should have sat Caufield. I hope they sat him right down beside Monty on the bench there. Yeah. What about Galley tonight? Warrior. Yeah, well, stood up for himself, eh? Demigod was good tonight. Absolutely, man. Solid game from me for sure. May you play close to 24 minutes tonight. Grant was right. Patience is important when it comes to a young defenseman. Yeah, he's... yeah. Should have traded either Jacka or Stubel and kept Mayu. Would have evened out left and right. Yeah, I know. I didn't say a ton about it at the time, but I wasn't that happy. And of course, everybody then, when he started out with goals in the first 3 games, like, you know, a sick podcast headline or whatever. Oh, trade of the century for the Montreal Canadiens. And, oh, okay. Give it more than a week, boys. They're not saying that now. And Mayu's not he's not on for too many goals against lately either. You just I mean, hey, you follow the game as long as I have, and like a young defenseman takes time. Like, man, especially one that played 100 games at junior. Like, between the suspension and the COVID injury, he played 100 games of major junior hockey before joining the NHL. And people thought, oh, he's turning over the puck in his own end. Oh, he's never gonna pan out. Yeah, okay. Very good. So in his last, he played 19, 20, 20, 32, 22, 52, 2503, 2016, and tonight 25 minutes. So that's crazy good. I'm glad for him. I mean, he went through a lot of stuff. I know he made a friggin' really stupid decision, but he's a good kid at heart, and I'm pulling for him. I met him at the Bell Center, and couldn't have been nicer. Couldn't have been a nicer kid. Polite. You just know. You can tell when you meet somebody. Kid's a good kid. So I'm glad that that his games come around. I'm just going to have a quick look here. 23-39 it says on here. But yeah. -1. Anyway, I'm glad for him. So, folks, I'm not going to stay on here too much longer. We'll get a few more comments. Mayu was supposed to go early in the first round. Well, I know Trevor thought he was a top 10. That's why they took the gamble on him, but he thought top 10 all day. And when he was there at the end of the first, they took the chance. I mean, if you went back and looked at it now, it was the right pick, but it didn't seem that way at the time. A couple nice blocks, Matheson, good effort slicing the puck out there. Yeah. Mind you, all the talk about knives. If the Canadians were trying to get him, and that's a big if. It just I find it's amusing because on I just knew that the Habs would get a lot of heat for taking Mayu in the first, and I knew that nobody was going to draft him in the first. But the intel that I got was that St. Louis was going to pick him. If they didn't take him at the end of the first, St. Louis was going to grab him. So they liked him since the draft. They were high on Mayu, and it's funny that's where he ended up getting traded was St. Louis. But I had Nyes ranked 18th. I ranked Mayu like the first pick of the second round or something because I just, not that I thought that's where he should go, or I mean like talent-wise that's where he should be, but considering all of the baloney that was going to come down about him getting picked in the first round, and even his agent saying, don't pick us in the first round. I thought it was a mistake. I would have taken Nyes. That was the guy because I had him ranked 18th, and at 30, once 30 hit, Nyes was the guy that I wanted the Habs to take. Back in those days, I'd always congratulate Trevor for his picks. I was really happy with the Gooley pick when they got him at 16 and Caufield, and I'd always and then I'd always text him right away and congratulate him on the picks. I didn't do it with Mayu because I knew that the heat was going to come down, and he texted me and says, you're quiet, or what do you think of the pick? Because he's used to me giving my thumbs up, and I just said, well, I don't know. I wouldn't have picked him in the first round just because of the we live in a politically correct world, right? And cancel culture is kind of at its peak, and I just knew that the shit was gonna hit the fan, and sure enough, it did. And ultimately, I think it was a then after the slow start the next season, it cost Berge and Trevor their jobs ultimately. But yet, you look back and the pick looks pretty good now, but I think that they wanted to the new regime, well, just because of what all had went down, and even he'd still face some scrutiny in Montreal. Better to ship him off. Better for the kid. Ship him off. They got Dobson, Reinbacher coming up, Kanyushkov they like, Pickford, good pick. So they thought, okay, we'll get rid of Mayu. But the funny thing is, when they like I texted Trevor when Nyes kept falling and saying, trade up for this guy if you can, man. Trade up. Montreal had the 63rd and 64th pick and the 87th pick. When it got to like 50, surely, a team picking 53 or whatever, you say, look, we'll give you the 63rd pick and our third round pick to move down 10 spots. You see it all the time. But no, Bergie was not, for whatever reasons, didn't ever like to move up in the draft. And I know that Nyes was pretty high on their list. Like, I knew that, there were people in the organization that liked him, but no. So, Montreal at 63 picks Riley Kidney, and then at 87 picks Dmitry Kostenko instead of, trading up for Nyes. And then when the Leafs got him, I was just burning, really burning, because I just that's the last team that I want to see get the guy I had ranked 18th overall at 56 or whatever it was. And but then now the rumors are that Montreal was maybe trying to trade for him. Well, guarantee it would have cost them a lot more than a 63rd and pick and the 87th pick to get him this time around. So anyway, just interesting how things kind of sometimes sort of go full circle, right? Matheson looked better playing with Dobson too. Well, this time he did, yeah, but that wasn't always the case there for a while. But yes, Charles, as I mentioned earlier, Gooley looked better on the left side, where he should be, right? Hudson's so talented he can excel on either side. Yeah, I don't know if these came out before I was mentioning it, but yes, I did say that, and I agree 100%. Matthews is not a leader, and it looks like he'll be traded this summer. Oh, I don't think so. I don't know. Might be. But players don't typically tank. It's just like Mark says, they're not tanking. They're just that bad. Yeah. Craig Homer Simpson. Oh, man. It was funny. It was funny. If they manage to save this year's pick, it's unprotected next year. I would have felt guilty, Grant, but then you made that burner account comment. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I knew you'd find the humor in it, Mark. So is he back? He's not on pace to break Larry's points record now? That's wild, eh? Second year, he might be the highest scoring Habs defenseman ever in a season. It's pretty crazy. Monty to Edmonton in the offseason for a chat with McDavid, explaining Montreal's where he needs to be. Yeah, I could go for that. Few playoffs will tell. I'm afraid people discount the playoff grind as well. Okay, I already read that. He might resign for $8 million. That's definitely a reasonable contract for a third liner. Yeah, resign. Oh, resign. Okay. Hey, it's no big deal signing Doc. He can't ask for a lot right now. In fact, it's a very friendly, team-friendly It's going to be a very team-friendly contract. You can't overpay for him. He's re-signing absolutely 100%, and it won't have. He can't demand a lot, and he won't get a lot. It'll probably be a bridge or whatever, and you go from there. About $4 million, fine. Anderson can play a decent game alongside anybody. Anderson can play a decent game. He's played with Evans just about his whole last 4 years, so there's no issue there. Bolduc and Evans, doesn't matter who Anderson plays with. He plays his game. I'm not worried about him. I hadn't found those two to Danault hadn't exactly been clicking of late. Even tonight he was okay, but still haven't been enthralled with Danault. He will travel to Ottawa. Yeah, frick. Oh, the truth comes out. Okay. Went to a couple camps of the week, Kings. I never made the team, but had experience as a teenager. All right. There you go. Well, just making it going to a major junior camp. That's a feat in itself. You were a half-decent competitive player then. I'd rather see Fowler, even if he struggles, than Monty down the stretch, but we know that's not happening. Oh, well, put it this way. If we get 2 more stinkers out of Monty, it's happening regardless. It really is. It's not happening if Monty's okay over the next 2 games, but if we see what we saw the last game from Monty, maybe only once more, but definitely if it's twice more, they can't. They aren't. Even Mark Denis will admit that he can't be adamant about Monty having to be in nets. Yeah, Doc's not going anywhere. Doc's not playing poorly. Faced too many shots tonight. He can easily play tomorrow, but that's not what. Yeah, I know. He only faced 18 shots. I'd play him. Two goals and 2 shots, and then Novus and nets, and we come back and win. Complaining Gallagher hit was late. You know what? In slow-mo, it was close, but typically if the puck hasn't arrived on somebody else's stick after you passed it, that used to be the old rule at least. It wasn't late. It's questionably late. If it was just barely. And it's not like he hit him in the head. Monty's getting sent to quarantine so he catches whatever's around now. They can't bring up both Reinbach and Fowler together or they will be over the limit. I know. Not today. Monty is so depressing from a fan perspective and probably from the team too. Yes. If he's a third liner, he'll be an elite one who can replace top 6 injury. All good for me. Yes, Francois. I'm okay with Demi on the first. He's played on the right side most of the year anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Given contracts like Sherwood Everly, he will get more than $7 million on open market. Agree we should try to lock up his UFA years next year. I don't know. I don't necessarily sign him too long a deal. And if he's craps the bed for 2 years, he can walk as a UFA. There's guys to replace him at that point. St. Louis was looking for a right-hand defenseman. That's why the trade was made. Yeah, every team's looking for a right-hand defenseman. What? Montreal's looking for a right-hand defenseman right now. The experts would have been calling him a bust if he had gone top 10 because it took him to 22 to come to the NHL. Yeah. Sound familiar, eh? Experts needed to be in quotes, but yes. Kunyushkov? Maybe not. And that's the problem, right? I'm pretty sure if Reinbacher keeps this up, they will reward him with some games towards the end of the year. I noticed a headline with Simo and Matthias saying Reinbacher is back. I guess, their way of saying, oh, he's playing well now. I said, well, he never left. Clearly, they hadn't scouted him for the last month because he's been good. He's been good for the last month, just getting better all the time. I hope Sanderson's injury disrupts Ottawa play. It sure proved complicated versus Vancouver. Yep, Doc has only played 88 games in the last 3 years. The best is yet to come. Yes. Oh, if you could get him 3 years at 4, yeah. Oh, I'd sign him 3 years for sure at 4 if you could get him, but it's likely to be a 2-year or 1-year deal at that price probably, but I think that's fair. That's basically what the minimum next year will be. The average salary next year will be over $4 million. So if you can get him at the league average, that's more than fair. All right, folks, I'm gonna wrap this up. If you quickly have, please hit the like button. I'm gonna have Steve Lloyd on tomorrow. Steve Lloyd on tomorrow afternoon. His career high is 14 goals. Yes, that's right. Played in 50 games, and he's not a goal scorer per se. He's more of a playmaker anyways. So 12 million is not a lot for 3 years. Absolutely not. For a top 3 pick who's still, no, it's not. Good night, Grant. Okay, Ken. So Steve Lloyd tomorrow, 1:00. We're gonna set up the pregame. If you saw the last show, Steve Lloyd is radio personality on TSN 1200. Absolutely great guy. He's fantastic. It'll be a great show. Really looking forward to interviewing him. Going to tape it at 11 in the morning, and I'll go live at 1. So join me, please, if you can, at 1:00 tomorrow, and we'll do a pregame, talk about the Sens, get up to date on the Sens, break down the game tomorrow night, and it'll be a lot of fun. Everyone, like Sil the Thrill says here, be safe at the roads tomorrow. Absolutely. And hope to see you at 1:00 tomorrow afternoon, and then tomorrow night we'll do another post game. Looks like we'll have two or three guests on tomorrow night too. So Steve Lloyd tomorrow, Eric Macramella on Thursday afternoon, and then Liam is going to do a show on Friday. So we're all booked up. I'm going to do double shows. I'm going to do a double show tomorrow night, and then the last 2 games I'll do. The next back-to-backs I'll probably be doing double shows. So you're going to get sick of me. All right, everyone. Really appreciate the tuning in. Thank you, Aaron, for the $5 donation. Donnie McCaskill, I know you're not on right now, but as always, more super generous with your $10 donation. Thank you so much. And again, tomorrow night, post game, tomorrow 1:00, I'll do a live pregame. Okay, and okay. Yeah, Emil. Well, he's more of a playmaker than a goal scorer. And that's not saying a lot about his goal scoring. Yeah, you don't just. I wouldn't call him an elite playmaker or an elite goal scorer at this point, but mind you, yeah, we are still waiting on some of that potential. I mean, you can completely ignore the fact that, like, look at his stats from 19 to 22, and hey, I can show you all sorts of 6'4" guys that don't produce between 19 and 22 in the NHL, and then he blows out his knee 2 straight years. You can completely ignore that and just say, oh well, he's only scored 14 goals in a year. Yeah, when he was a kid, but whatever. Like, I'm not arguing. You can come on here every day and argue it, and what will happen here eventually is we'll just have to ignore it and go from there. Anyways, thanks for coming in, everyone. Emil, especially, former Yellowhead Chief or whatever it was. Everyone, thank you so much again for joining us, and I will be on at 1:00 tomorrow live, and I'm really looking forward to talking to Steve. We haven't chatted for a couple of weeks. Good Carleton Place boy, Ottawa Valley boy. Hey, Ottawa Valley boys, I got a soft spot for them. All right. Pleasant night, everyone. If you're in the I hope it's not a friggin' storm like we had a few years back there. Remember the ice storm in Eastern Ontario, West Quebec? It wasn't pretty. Here's hoping that it's not nearly as long as that one. Okay. Pleasant dreams, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you tomorrow.